Chicago's deep dish pizza might get nationwide love, but chicken Vesuvio is largely relegated to the state borders of Illinois. That's a real shame because this restaurant dish features chicken, potatoes, wine, lemon, garlic. So good, and it should be enjoyed everywhere. Luckily, Erin's here and she's going to show us how to bring chicken Vesuvio home.
I am. And Bridget, it sounds easy, but it was kind of difficult. I had to re-engineer the whole recipe from top to bottom, and I want to show you how.
Great.
Okay, so we're going to start with the potatoes. I have Yukon Gold potatoes here. These are about 2 to 3 inches in diameter. Usually the potatoes are cut into wedges, but I'm actually going to cut these in half across the narrowest part of the potato.
That's it?
That's it. So I'm just going to cut those in half and put them in here. So we have 1.5 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes. I'm going to toss them with a tablespoon of vegetable oil and 1 teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm just going to toss this and coat the potatoes with the oil and the salt.
Okay.
So we're going to put those aside. Now we're going to move on to the chicken. So I'm using 8 chicken thighs. Each one is about 5 to 7 ounces, and they're bone in. So skin side down and trim the edges. We want enough skin to cover the chicken thigh. We don't want to trim too much.
Okay.
Because we want that skin to turn really crispy. We also want it to render its fat into our dish. Now I'm just going to pat them dry with paper towels, and I'm going to season them with a total of 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt and a 1/2 teaspoon of pepper, both sides. So our chicken's ready. Now we're ready to cook.
Okay.
We're using a roasting pan here. You need a pan that is at least 12 inches wide and 16 inches big, and this is going to hold enough chicken and potatoes for 4 people.
Okay.
Can you turn the burners on? We're going to turn 2 burners on to medium high.
All right.
And then we're going to brown our chicken. I'm going to add a tablespoon of oil, and while that oil is heating up, I'm going to go wash my hands.
Sounds good.
Okay, Bridget, while our oil is heating up, I'm going to move on to 2 other ingredients. We have a tablespoon of lemon juice and 2 cloves of garlic that I've minced, and I'm going to combine the 2. These are 2 key signature flavors in chicken Vesuvio, and I'm going to tame the garlic flavor by adding the lemon juice. All right, Bridget, our oil is getting hot. So we're going to give the chicken a head start. I'm going to put it skin side down. So I'm going to let these cook for about 2 to 3 minutes just while the fat starts to render, and so until I get about 2 to 3 tablespoons of chicken fat.
Okay. In the meantime, let's take a closer look at how lemon tempers the bite of garlic. An intact clove of raw garlic doesn't have the bite we associate with raw garlic. Its flavor comes from a mild-tasting compound called allium. When garlic is cut, crushed, or chewed, its cells are broken open, allowing an enzyme called alliinase to combine with mild allium. In the presence of air, a chemical reaction converts the mild allium to a third pungent compound, allicin, which gives raw garlic its bite. When an acidic ingredient like lemon juice is quickly added to the cut garlic, the acid mostly prevents the enzyme from forming allicin, the pungent compound. So for a milder garlic flavor, just add lemon.
Okay, so you can see all that fat that's rendered out of the skin. The chicken is not fully browned right now, and also you can see that it's browning a little unevenly, and that's because we're cooking over 2 burners. So it's really important when cooking over 2 burners to really move the food around, make sure that it browns evenly. So I'm just gonna move the chicken towards the center. I'm gonna add our potatoes. And I'm gonna put them around the perimeter of the pan. I wanna put the cut side down, and so that it browns in the chicken fat, and they're gonna taste really good later on. Now we're gonna add 2 more signature flavors. We're gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of dried oregano. I'm gonna sprinkle it just right over the chicken and the potatoes as they brown, and a 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme.
Beautiful, and dried's fine here.
Dried is fine here. Oregano and thyme are very hearty, and once we add the wine, there's plenty of moisture to rehydrate them and to let other flavors permeate into the sauce.
Well, that's good news that dried herbs work perfectly here, but if you do want to substitute fresh, a good rule of thumb is that for every 1 part of dried herbs, you can substitute 3 parts of fresh.
So I'm going to continue the chicken potato dance for another 8 to 12 minutes. I'm just going to keep shifting them around until they're nice and evenly browned. And as they get browned, I will flip them over. All right, as you can see, these have been browning, and I've been flipping them over as they brown. Isn't that beautiful?
Gorgeous. All that browning means flavor.
Now comes the garlic. So I have 12 cloves here that I've cut in half lengthwise. So 24 halves of garlic. And I'm gonna tuck them in between the potatoes and the chicken. And now I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of dry white wine. I'm just gonna add it to the side. I don't wanna pour it over the chicken because I just took all that time to brown it. Okay, Bridget, we are ready to go into the oven. We're gonna cook this at 450 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes until the chicken is cooked through and the potatoes are nice and tender when poked with the knife.
Go. Exactly, dive in is right.
The potatoes are really tender. The knife is going in without any resistance. And I'm gonna take the temperature of the chicken. We're cooking this to 185 to 190. Great, so we are there. The potatoes are gorgeous. Look at those.
So good.
Golden brown. Look at that crispy chicken skin.
Beautiful.
I'm gonna chop this up, mash it into a paste, and put it back into the sauce. While I chop this up, can you please turn the burner on to medium heat? We're gonna let the sauce reduce down.
You bet.
I'm just gonna chop, chop, chop. Okay, so now I'm just using the side of my knife. I wanna smear it on that cutting board and really mash it into a paste so it just melts right into our sauce.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay, so I wanna stir all this fond back into our sauce. Fond is flavor. I'm gonna add our garlic paste to our sauce.
Wow.
I'm gonna whisk this in. I'm gonna let this continue to reduce for about another 3 to 5 minutes until it's nice and thick and it close the back of a spoon.
That is a beautiful sauce.
Isn't it? Remember that garlic that we had earlier? The
Yep.
garlic and lemon juice? So we're just gonna pour this in. We wanted to add one more last kick of garlic to this, and also we wanted to brighten up the sauce. And we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley. So I'm just gonna pour this into our gravy boat. Every last drop, every last drop.
Oh, yes.
1 more tablespoon of parsley over the potatoes and the chicken. You want 2 potatoes?
Yes, please.
Right.
Oh, they are beautiful.
1 chicken thigh.
Oh, that is gorgeous. Thank you.
Up, some sauce.
And you're pouring it around the chicken and potatoes because you don't want to get that
Exactly.
crust soggy. Chicken, here I come. Unbelievable.
And the wine that comes through. The wine is just like a subtle acidity.
That's what it is.
And the sauce is just, it clings to every bite.
With a little bit of thyme, the oregano, the wine, the garlic,
Yep.
2 ways.
Yep.
And of course, lemon. This is beautiful. Thank you so much for bringing it to our homes.
You're welcome.
Well, to recreate this classic Chicago restaurant dish, brown chicken thighs, add halved Yukon Gold potatoes, and sprinkle with dried oregano and thyme. Flip the potatoes and chicken, tuck in halved garlic cloves, pour in white wine, and roast. Platter the chicken and potatoes and finish the sauce with mashed roasted garlic, lemon, and parsley. From our test kitchen to your kitchen, the iconic and exceptional chicken Vesuvio. I'm gonna need more chicken skin.
I'm with you.
Why can't they put skin on both sides of the chicken?
Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.